Welcome to second PUC Business Studies class. In the previous session, we already completed the first chapter, that is nature and significance of management. In today's session, we will go to discuss about the second chapter, that is principles of management. So in today's session, we are going to discuss about the second chapter, principles of management. In this chapter, you are going to study the meaning of principles of management and three different terms, that is techniques, principles of management and values. After that, we are going to study about nature of principles of management, and after that, significance of principles of management. And importantly, you are going to study about the principles which are given by two management experts. So in this chapter, you are going to study the principles which are given by two management experts or two management theorists, namely F.W. Taylor and Henry Fayol. You have to study the principles of management given by F.W. Taylor and Henry Fayol. F.W. Taylor gave 4 scientific management principles and Henry Fayol gave 14 general management principle. So before going to F.W. Taylor and Henry Fayol's principle, let us know what is these principles of management. How to go to the meaning of principles of management. So meaning, a managerial principle is a broad and general guideline for decision making and behavior. So what is principles of management? It means a broad and general guideline for decision making. In every company, they have to take decision regarding the production policy or regarding the recruitment policy. In each and every concept, in each and every situation, they have to take managerial decision. So in order to take those managerial decisions, these principles act as a guideline. So principle means it is a guideline for taking decision in the company. In order to take any kind of decisions, we require this principle. On the basis of the principle, we are taking decision regarding the company. So it acts as a guideline for taking decision and managerial behavior. Got the meaning of principles of management? And after that, we are having 3 terms in this chapter, that is techniques, principles of management and values. Why they are given these 3 terms in the sense? In order to get the better meaning of these principles, in order to understand about principles of management, you must know what are techniques and what is values. So the technique means they are procedures or methods which involve a series of steps to be taken to accomplish desired goals. So technique means they are the procedures or any kind of method which involve a series of steps to be taken to accomplish desired goal. You know, every organization are having some goal. They are established in order to achieve a particular goal. So in order to achieve those goals, they have to follow certain steps, they have to follow certain methods. These methods are called as techniques. Their method is the steps taken by the company in order to achieve organizational goal is called as technique. And the next term, principle. You know what is principle? They are the guidelines to take decisions or action. So the principle means they are the guidelines to take decisions or actions. And the next term, that is values. You know, value, how to give value to our elders. Values, what do you mean by values? So they are something which are acceptable or desirable. Values are something which are acceptable or desirable. For example, value to the customer, care for our environment, these will come under values. So they are something which are acceptable or desirable. Now, how these principles are formed? Values are formed through common practice, general practice. So values are formed through general practice, but principles are formed after research in work situation. Principles are formed only after research in the work situation. This is the difference between values and principles. However, you cannot neglect values. Why you cannot neglect values? Because in your first PUC business studies, you already studied that social responsibility of your business and business ethics, right? So what is that social responsibility values? Every business are having some obligation towards the welfare of society. This is called as values. While practicing principles of management, you should not neglect values, because every company is bound to serve the society. They are having obligation to work towards the welfare of the society. This is regarding the three terms: techniques, principles and values. Hope you understood the meaning of principles. They are just guidelines to take decisions or actions. This is regarding the meaning of principles of management. And the next concept, nature of principles of management. As I already told, nature of principles of management. How principles are formed? Principles are formed on the basis of experimentation, on the basis of observation, experimentation and personal experiences of the managers. How these principles are formed? On the basis of experimentation, observation in the work situation and personal experiences of the managers. These principles of management are formed. Let us discuss one by one. First nature is universal applicability. The name itself says universal applicability. What is it? Universal applicability. The principles of management are universally applicable. They are applicable for all kinds of organization. Universal applicability. Business as well as non-business organization, private as well as public organization, manufacturing as well as service providing companies, and public as well as private companies, small organization as well as large organization. For all kinds of such organization, these principles are applicable, universally applicable. But how they are applicable? Their extent of applicability will depend upon the prevailing situation in the company. Their extent of application depend upon the prevailing situation in the company, or it will depend upon the nature of the business, their scale of operation. It is one universal applicability. And the second one, general guidelines. In the meaning you already studied, general guideline. What is that? Principles are general guideline to take actions, to take decision. But whether they give exact solution? No. These principles will not give exact solution for all managerial problems, but they serve as a guideline to take decision. They will not provide exact solution for all business problems, but they act as a guideline. Why? Sometimes a small guideline will also help to solve complicated problem, right? A small guideline will also help to solve a complicated problem. So they act as a guideline to take action or guideline to take all kinds of managerial decision. And the third one, formed by practice and experimentation. I told how principles are formed. They are formed only after research, only after observation and after experimentation, after practice. So they are formed by practice and experimentation and personal experiences of the managers. This is one, formed by practice and experimentation. And the next one, flexible. You know that fixed and flexible, rigid, flexible. What is that flexible? Principles are not rigid. They are not fixed. They are flexible. The manager can change the principle as per the situation. If the situation so demands, the manager can modify to some extent the principles. The principles can be modified only by the managers, not by the workers. So sometimes the principles can be modified or changed by the managers. So they are flexible. For example, I'll give an example, by that you will be clear this one, flexible, centralization and decentralization. It is one of the principle of management. In the later session, it is a principle given by Henry Fayol. You will study in detail about the centralization and decentralization. Now I took just an example, centralization and decentralization. Centralization in the sense what? When the decision making power is retained by the top management. In first chapter you already studied the levels of management, right? Top level, middle level and supervisory level, right? So when the decision making authority is retained by the top management, then it is called as a centralization. When the decision making is done by the top management. It is centralization. Decentralization in the sense what? When the decision making power is spread among all other levels of management. When the manager gives decision making power to all other levels of management, then it is called as a decentralization. As I told, these are all both principles of management, centralization and decentralization. Some companies may apply centralization principle and some other company may apply decentralization principle. It is up to their situation in the company. That is what I told, it is flexible, not fixed. They can change principle according to their convenience, flexible. And the next nature, mainly behavior, mainly behavioral, in the sense principles aims at influencing behavior of human beings. These principles will also aim at influencing behavior of human beings. So it enables the better understanding of human and material resources. In our company, we require both human resources as well as material resources. Their understanding of relationship between material and human will be done by these principles of management, mainly behavioral. And the next nature, cause and effect relationship. You know, cause and effect. So this principle of management is characterized by cause and effect relationship. In the sense, they tell us if a particular principle was applied in a particular situation, what would be the likely effect? If a particular principle was applied in a particular situation, what will be its likely effect? This is what cause and effect relationship. Why we have to apply principle of management, and by applying these principle, what would be the result? This is told by these principles of management, cause and effect relationship. And the next one, last nature, that is contingent. Contingent in the sense what? Dependent. So principles of management is contingent or dependent upon the situation of a company. So it is depend upon the prevailing situation in a company. For example, employees, all kinds of employees, they deserve fair and just remuneration. They all require fair remuneration and just remuneration. But it will be decided by having number of factors like paying capacity of the employer or performance level of the employee or prevailing wage rate for that occupation. Depending upon that factor, they will pay wages to the employee. So we told that every employee is bound to get fair and just remuneration, but these are depend upon the paying capacity of the employer as well as the performance done by the employee as well as the prevailing wage rate for that particular occupation. That is why it is told that it is contingent or dependent upon the prevailing situation in the company. So these are all the nature of principles of management. So the first nature is universal applicability, applicable for all kinds of business organization, and general guideline, in the sense they will provide guideline to take action. And the next one, formed by practice and experimentation. They are not simply formed, but they are formed after research in work situation, after experimentation, after research. And the next one, flexible. Principles are not fixed, they are flexible. The manager can change principle as per the situation. And next one, mainly behavioral. It influences the behavior of human being. It will tell us the relationship between human and materials in the company. And the next one, cause and effect relationship. If a particular principle was applied in a particular situation, what will be its likely result? Cause and effect. Then contingent. Principles are depend upon the situation in the company. So this is about nature of principles of management. Next, significance of principles of management. The next concept is significance of principles of management. In the sense, importance of principles of management. Why we require principles in our company, in our organization. So these principles derive their significance from their utility. You already know under your economics chapter, right? Utility. So the principles get their significance from their utility. Under that first point, providing managers with useful insights into reality. Providing managers with useful insights into reality. In the sense, these principles enables a manager to learn from their past mistake. If they learn from their past mistake, then they can deal the present situation in the efficient manner. So providing managers with useful insights into reality, in the sense, it enables the manager to learn from their past mistakes and to deal with the present situation in the efficient manner. This is what first point. I'll give one example. For example, in company, you know that in each and every point we have to take decision. Now the manager can give these decision making power to other departments. By that his burden will get reduced. In sometimes the manager can give the decision making power to their subordinate, and he can deal with only exceptional situation with which requirement of his professional skill. This is what example for this first point, providing managers with useful insights into reality. In the sense, he can learn from their past mistake and deal the present situation in the efficient and effective manner. And the second one, optimum utilization of resources and effective administration. In a company, the resources available, both human as well as material. You know that in management term, we are telling human beings is also resources. Human being is also one of the resource of a company. So the resources, human as well as material, available with our company are limited. Nowadays, we are facing scarcity of resources. So resources available are limited. But we have to put maximum use. Those available resources, we have to put that in a maximum manner. With the minimum cost, we have to get maximum output. With the minimum cost, we have to get the maximum output. And effective administration. The manager manage the company in the efficient manner by adopting these principles. By the adaptation of these principles, the manager can manage their company in the effective manner. He can administrate in the effective and efficient manner. And the third one, scientific decision. For that I already told, techniques, principles and values. Values are formed through just a practice, but our principles are formed after scientific research. After research, we are framing these principles. Our decision must be based upon fact and realistic. It must be justifiable. So the principles which is adopted by following these scientific principles, we can give better decision for our company. So the decision which is taken on the basis of scientific research, it is free from all kinds of bias and free from the blind faith. It is free from blind faith and bias. So we have to take decision on the basis of scientific research, on the basis of fact, on the basis of research. It is what? Scientific decision. And the next one, meeting changing environment requirements. You know, each and every day our environment is changing, our technical environment as well as our social environment is changing each and every day. We are exposed to the fashion nowadays. You know that. So meeting changing environment requirement. As the environment changes, we also have to adapt to such changes, right? Meeting changing environment requirement. So by the adaptation of these principles, you can easily get adaptable to the changing environment situation, because why? Principles are flexible, they are not fixed. They can be modified by the manager, they can be changed by the manager. So by that you can easily adapt to the changing environment situations. And the next one, fulfilling social responsibility. In the first year, social responsibility and business ethics. Every company or every business organization having obligation towards the welfare of the society. They have to contribute to something towards the welfare of the society, fulfilling social responsibility. They have to fulfill social responsibility towards the society. By adopting these principles, they can fulfill the social responsibility. In the sense, value to the customer, care for our environment. Nowadays, everywhere we are finding pollution. So we have to care for our environment for the better future. So this is found mentioned in our principles of management. Social responsibility, fulfilling our responsibility towards the society, towards the welfare of the society. And the last one, management training, education and research. So these principles of management are told as management training, education and research. In the sense, it provides a basis for management training, education and research. How? In MBA, Master of Business Administration, or in BBA, Bachelor of Business Administration, you found mentioned these principles of management. By studying those principles, it will be helpful for your future. At the time of applying for the job or at the time of joining to the job, you can practically apply your studied theory. Right? It is what? Management training, education and research. This is regarding the significance of principles of management. So the first point, providing managers with useful insights into reality. And the second one, optimum utilization of resources and effective administration. And the third one, scientific decisions. And the fourth one, meeting changing environment requirement. And the fifth one, fulfilling social responsibility. And finally, management training, education and research. This is regarding the significance. So now we studied about meaning of principles of management, techniques, values, nature of principles of management and significance of principles of management. In the next topics, we will go to study about the principles which are given by the great theorists, which are given by the management experts. While starting the lesson, I already told, in this chapter you are going to study about the principles given by two management experts, namely F.W. Taylor and Henry Fayol.